Colin Kaepernick's pins letter to Jets, request to be signed to New York practice squad. All right, Shalom and Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha Kwadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Mills. I want to teach them real well. And peace, love, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. I'm the brother Yakov, Prophets in Babylon, Sarasota, which is a branch of the Prophets in Babylon Temple Church. Shalom to those brothers. And today, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha Kwadash, I'm back, Lord willing, and edifying. Let's defeat the sheep who believe on those names in truth and in sincerity. Shalom to your families. All right, today's lesson, man, is going to this guy, Colin Kaepernick. You heard, a few years ago, he was, in the headlines about taking a kneel and, because of the injustice that so-called black, Hispanic people, receive in America, came out with a whole documentary about how the NFL is likened unto slavery, but this guy is in pursuit. This guy is still in pursuit of, trying to get an NFL career. I'm saying, after all these attempts of, demonizing the NFL and, which we know the NFL, is nothing but bread and circus. But this guy, you came out with all this slander about the NFL, but here you have it. You're trying to, still be a quarterback in the NFL, which goes to show you that, hey, man, Jake is full of shit, man. All right, Jake is full of shit, because you know what? You came out with a documentary talking about how the NFL is likened to slavery, but here you have it. You're still trying to pursue a position in the NFL. I'm going to show you that, hey, Jake, Slovakia, you're just going to be made laughing stock now to these devils, man, because you done stood up against the bullshit, but now, you realize that you should have just rather stayed a servant and kept your mouth closed, because you looking for that position again. And I'm gonna read these comments from this post, and it says, compares the NFL to slavery, wants to be in NFL. And it says, so he wants to go back to slavery. Kaepernick's taking a knee again, this time on both knees, begging for a job. All right, it says, get woke, go broke. You see, so, now you're just mockery, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to preach it right quick. This is the book of Jeremiah 2 and verse 14. It says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Right, and that's our people, man. Our people, they're in the mentality of being subject unto Esau, Edom, Salaki for my yawning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning over here. But they're in they come instead of trying to be servant unto Esau, man. After you done just spoke out against this devil, you done demonized the NFL, you done came out with a documentary saying how the NFL is likened to slavery, all these things, but you're still trying to pursue a position in this man's circus. Why? Why? Because Israel is a homeborn servant, man. Jake got that Stockholm syndrome, and has the mentality to, please massa. You should have just kissed it goodbye, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake's still getting shot down. There isn't no justice. You go back to the league, you're going to have to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. So why put yourself in that position, okay? Why put yourself back in the position that you were just standing up against, And it kind of like made me think about, you guys, or Jake, not you guys, talking about you sincere brothers. All right, it makes me think about men that have once stood up against the evil of this world, and then they turn their back on Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai and go back in the world, man. You're a laughing stock. They're gonna scorn you now, because you were just speaking out against the evils. You were speaking out against all the wickedness of this world, testifying of the evil, prophesying the destruction of this world, and then here you have it. You go back into the world. You see, that's the spirit that Jake comes in, man. All these celebrities that And you niggas that go back into the world, you're the biggest cowards ever. You Jakes out there that come into this truth, you're worse than this nigga. You're worse than Colin Kaepernick. You're worse than niggas like Nick Young. They'll speak out and profess that they're an Israelite, and once Esau threatens to take away their money or their shows, they double back and say, nah, man, I didn't mean no harm. I'm not no Israel. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to show you that Jake ain't ready, man. Jake ain't ready to stand up for what's right. Jake ain't ready to, fully step into, what they're supposed to be doing. Because if you're an Israelite man, you're supposed to be setting your face against the Mount Seir and prophesying against it. You're not trying to be a goddamn puppet for this man's enterprise. Not trying to, be a part of this man's bread and circus to keep the people distracted from what's really going on in the world, man. The Most High, Yahweh Shema Shah, he not coming back for no goddamn quarterbacks and wide receivers. He coming back for men who stood up for him. He's coming back for women who came back through obedience. He's coming back for those who seek him in truth and sincerity. So I'm going to get a few precepts, man. The Lord is edifying. I'm going to get this right quick. All right. This is Psalms 9 and verse Slakia. Psalm 94 and verse 16. It says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Right? Who going to stand up for righteousness, man? This nigga pursuing a career in the NFL, they don't want you, man. They don't want you. You know what I'm saying? You done bashed them. You done sued them. You done did all this. And now you're trying to go back to being a servant. Why? You done already rose up against them. Why not just stand on what you spoke out against? Stand on that business, man. You spoke on it. Stand on it. And that's what the Most High looking for. He's looking for men who's going to stand up against the evil of the world. I'm going to show you that these celebrities, they ain't shit, man. They ain't shit, bro. That's why the Most High ain't called Colin Kaepernick to be a prophet. He ain't called Nick Young to be a prophet. He ain't called, what's his nigga name? Ice Cube and Kodak Black. As soon as the fire heat up on them niggas, nah, man. I ain't mean that, man. I ain't mean no harm. Oh, Kyrie Irving, another one. All these jakes, they speak out against the devil, and then he takes away their crumbs, and they say, oh, you know what? Hey, I should have kept my mouth closed. Hey, man, I'm sorry if try to go back to being a peasant. The Most High ain't looking for men like that who was looking back, man. You got to be all for it, especially you jakes that come into this truth. You come into this truth, you really got to be all about it. You can't come into this thing and then look back and say, nah, man, I don't. You know what I'm saying? How would you feel? You know what I'm saying? You come into this thing and you leave it. You worse than a nigga that didn't never receive it. Which it ain't about these Jason just talking about this guy, but hey, that spirit is out there, man, in the world, man. That spirit is out there. The spirit of looking back and drawing back and being in a position of submission unto this devil, man. Man, fuck that shit, man. We ain't looking to be no goddamn puppets for this man's society or his enterprise, man. Fuck Esau. This devil's going down. America's about to be destroyed with 200 million thermonuclear missiles. And if you jakes don't get right or repent, your ass gonna be caught up in it, man. All right? To hell with being a fucking football player. And the Lord said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. You see? This guy, Colin Kaepernick, you done spoke out, and you done rose up, but you trying to go back to the NFL? Why? Why go back to having an owner, Jake? All right, all these niggas in the NFL, they got owners. Okay, they have owners, which means they own your ass. They give you a contract. They pay you. Your owner pays you. You see? But Jake, want to be in that position of servitude unto this devil. All right, the Lord said, hey, let's get this right quick. This is Isaiah. This is 31 and verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. That's right. You niggas, you go down to Esau, Edom for help, but you don't rely on Yahweh Shema Shah for help, man. You see? You done spoke out against this man. You done, curse this man out, but you want to go back to being a fucking NFL, which, hey, this is the world stage, man. All that shit could have been the goddamn, what you call it, man? A psyop. It could have been a psyop to try to get Jake to buck up. Because they looking for you niggas to buck up, man. Or they anytime a Jake speak out, hey, guess what? They buck break a nigga, man. It's not necessarily what they used to do in hardcore bondage, but they do it now through the media. They call it canceling now. They can cancel you. You see? They can ruin your image. All right? Like Kyrie Irving, they buck broke Kyrie Irving. They completely ruined his image. Oh, he's a conspiracy theorist. He's all this, he's that, and he's the worst thing ever. He's stupid. Okay, Kanye West, he's crazy. He's been through mental hospitals. Every time somebody stands up and speak out against this system, they're crazy. They're conspiracy theorists. They're weird. They're bugged out. Right? But then, once they see that happening to them, they can't stand that fire. So what they do, they go back into Egypt for help. Why seek a position in Esau's? You came to the enlightenment of, damn, this is like slavery. I have an owner. You know what I'm saying? I have to go to a draft combine to see who's the strongest, to see who's all this, but. You did all that talking. You did the kneeling. You ain't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. You was on fire. But now look at you writing letters to owners and shit, trying to be a slave again, man. Jake is fucking pathetic, bro. You see, us in this truth, we have to be in it. Hey, we have to be in it to win it, man. We have to be in it for the long run. We can't be in the mentality of going back to Egypt. We have to keep moving, man. All right? Especially for us in this truth. You see? You can't be one of those men that come into this thing and then they start looking back. You have to be all in. You have to be all in, man. Okay, the Lord said, any man draw back. All right. This is Hebrews 10 verse 38. But the just shall live by faith. All right. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. Right, man. So the just shall live by faith. Though I'm going to a lesson dealing with Colin Kaepernick, this is also, through the spirit. Hey, you got men that's going to draw back. You got men that's going to get choked out through the cares of the world. That's going to look back because of what they could have been, instead of focusing on what they're becoming. It says, but we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. That's right. Let's get that word perdition. All right. It says perdition, damnation, which, there's no such thing as going to hell, but destruction. Okay. And you ultimately if you draw back, if you come into this truth and you draw back, you're going to be in that nuclear destruction, man. Hey, Colin Kaepernick, unless the Lord open his mind up to the truth, he's going to be in that nuclear destruction, because he already coming in the spirit of trying to be a damn quarterback again, So, Jake is pathetic, man. Our people are pathetic. The Israelite man has been completely buck broken. Completely. You know what I'm saying? Jake's so fucking weak, man. You speak out against the system, and then you go crawling back to the master's table asking for a fucking crumb, bro. Fuck Esau, man. This place is completely through. This place about to be destroyed, man. And all you Jakes that seeking for a spot in this kingdom, you gonna have one in that fire. All right. So this was a quick lesson through the spirit, man. It's just how Jake is weak. You know, you speak out against this devil, and then you seeking for a spot in his empire. This is bullshit, man. Hey, so Lord, this is edifying. I'm going to close out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemal. Shalom. Next time I say shalom.